Good morning, children. Children, today we are going to discuss the next level or the next level below the apex level of the judiciary, that is the High Court. Yesterday we talked about the Supreme Court and we discussed the powers of Supreme Court. Now today I am going to talk about the High Court, about its composition, the qualification, and then the powers of the High Court. Alright, so to start with, children, I will be telling you about the High Court. That High Court is the judicial body which every state has, and there can be one High Court for two or more states and union territories. Okay, so in the state, the highest judicial authority is the High Court. All right. Now the composition of the High Court, it consists of the Chief Justice and it consists of several other judges. The number of these judges is decided by the president according to the size of that state. So if the state is big, then the number of judges is more. All right. Then president. Now who is going to appoint? The Chief Justice and the other judges are appointed by the president. Okay, and the president takes advice from whom? He is appointed by the president in consultation with the governor of the state, because the governor is the most important authority of the state. So the governor of the state and the Chief Justice of India, they give their consultation, and the other judges are appointed by the president. Clear? Now the qualification of the judges of the High Court. The judge, if a person is a judge of the High Court, he should be a citizen of India. Okay, then he should have held a judicial office for 10 years, at least 10 years he should have held a judicial office in India for at least 10 years, and he must have also been the advocate in a High Court or two or more such courts for 10 years in succession. In succession means in a row. So he should be a either this advocate of a High Court or two or more such courts for 10 years in succession. Now if a person is elected, is chosen as a judge of the High Court, he will remain as a judge till he attains the age of 62 years, and however he may resign or can be removed from the office if they are impeached. For like the same process it applies for the Supreme Court, same process is there for the judges of the High Court, that the judges can only be impeached. Okay, they cannot be expelled otherwise. Now coming on to the powers of the High Court, like I told you that every court has got original powers, appellate powers. Appellate powers means those powers which it exercises on the cases which have come from the lower courts. That the people, they appeal from the lower courts to the higher courts. Appellate power, revisory or supervisory power, court of record, and issuing of writs. I am going to discuss this one by one. The original power of High Court. The High Court has original jurisdiction and it can hear cases brought to it for the first time. These cases can involve disputes concerning the fundamental rights. Any dispute which is concerning the fundamental rights, election petitions. Okay, somebody gave a petition for election and there is a dispute. So all these kind of disputes related to fundamental rights and election petitions. Okay, these disputes which are coming for the first time, they can be brought to the High Court, and this will fall under the original powers of the High Court. Then a High Court has appellate jurisdiction. Now the subordinate court of the High Court is the district court. So any case which was being executed, or you can say that being heard in the district court, and if the person wants to appeal in the higher court, then the cases of the district court are appealed in the High Court. The High Court can also review and change the decision of the subordinate court. And it can also, now revisory means it can review the whatever is the ruling of the subordinate court, it can review it, or it can even transfer the case to some other subordinate court. Okay. High Court can also control and supervise the functioning of the subordinate courts. Okay, so it can control the functioning of district court, the village panchayat. So it is like a supervisor. It can review, it can transfer, it is supervising. Then the other one is it has got revisory jurisdiction in which in cases where it feels that lower courts have gone beyond their jurisdiction. Sometimes a court feels that the district court has gone beyond its jurisdiction and taken a decision. So in that case, it can review that decision. Okay, revise that decision. Again, as the Supreme Court, High Court also maintains a record of all the cases which it has decided, which were heard in the court of law, okay, for future references. Okay, then it maintained records of all the proceedings. Both the Supreme Court and High Courts are empowered by Constitution to issue writs. Now let me explain you what are writs. Writs is a form of a written command or a legal document giving order or a direction. So it is a kind of a, you can say, a written command, okay, or a document which gives order to a person to behave in a way, which gives an order or a direction to a person to act or not to act in a particular way. So if the Supreme Court or the High Court thinks that any kind of warning is to be issued, then it issues a writ. Okay, it is a kind of a legal notice or legal command asking a person to behave or not to behave in a particular way. Some of the writs that are the example of the writs you should learn: habeas corpus, mandamus, prohibition, certiorari, quo warranto. Any two you can learn. Okay. Children, the subordinate courts I will be dealing it with in the next video, and it is that's all for this week. Thank you.